Good morning, everyone. This is my thought for the day, my guidepost, and today it's based on the 35th verse of the Tao Te Ching, and the poem that I've written about is called The Great Scheme of Things. Life and love are the constants of the universe. Like a river, they flow through all, uninterrupted. In the duality, there appears to be a great divide, and yet, unceasingly, without dichotomy, the oneness has its way. There is no fight, both left and right, up and down, in and out rely on the great way. The Tao neither commands, controls, nor takes possession of the will of those who follow the life-giving spirit in each step they take. Greatness is achieved by the wise in realizing that, like the sky is over everything, everything returns to its place. No domination is necessary for us to be who we are in the great scheme of things. I love the Tao Te Ching. It makes me think thoughts. It's thoughts you've never thought before. It's the Wizard of Oz, isn't it? With the thoughts I'd be thinking I could be another Lincoln. I'd be thinking thoughts I'd never thought before. And the Tao Te Ching does that for me. It elucidates parts of your mind that you didn't think that you had the capacity to think about. And most of my life, I've been into organizational skills, bookkeeping, and cricket scoring as a young man. I used to be the scorer at the junior. We won. Well, I say we won. The team, my team, that I was the scorer for, they won the Priestman Cup in Bradford at the age of 10, 11. We had the best cricketers in Bradford. So I've been into, I love to organise my books, my CDs, all into some nice, neat order. But in the great scheme of things, the Tao Te Ching is saying that everything has its place. No domination is necessary. No organization is necessary for us to be who we are. We just have to be. At school and in life, our employers, our parents, our teachers, they all demand that we behave in a certain manner to suit them. But the Tao Te Ching, the great way of life, doesn't demand anything of us. It's quite content with us just being who we are. It doesn't need us to fit in with its plans, because the very fact that we are here is proof that we are part of the plans of the Tao. Isn't that just wonderful? I don't have to be anything. It reminds me of the story of Mary and Martha. Mary is sat at Jesus' feet. This is in their little home in Bethany, where Jesus and his disciples used to stay when they were going into Jerusalem. And she sat there at Jesus' feet and she's listening to his teachings. And Martha's running around like a headless chicken. She's doing everything. The disciples are there, and there's a lot of work to be done. Got to clean the house. Got to feed them all. Got to make sure they've all got drinks and they've had long journeys. She's expecting Mary to help her, assist her. Please help me. And the big argument sets off between them, Mary and Martha. And she appeals to Jesus as Martha. She says, tell Mary to help. And Jesus said, Mary has done the right thing. Wow. It almost seems ungrateful to the host for all she was doing. But the thing to do at that moment was to be still and to listen to the wisdom of the teachings that were being shared with them. Because obviously, once he goes into Jerusalem, this could be it. He could be taken away by the authorities and crucified. She's doing the right thing, Martha. She's listening to what I've got to say. The Tao Te Ching, the Tao, the way of life that we see, those of us who have read it, as the great teaching of how to live. It's saying it doesn't matter what you do or don't do. It's the fact that you are here that really matters. I'm going to go back and have a look at one or two of these other verses. Yeah, life and love are the constants of the universe. These are the two things that exist that are of worth: life itself and love within that life. Each life, each human life that shows kindness and love and thoughtfulness towards other human beings, that's really all that matters. Everything else is hyperbole. It's of no real consequence. What job you do, how many books you've bought, how many CDs you've bought, what TV programs you watch, if you watch TV. Not everybody watches TV. And none of these other things matter. Where you go on your holidays, how much money you've got in the bank, how many wonderful clothes you have to wear. Nothing of that is really of any consequence whatsoever. What matters is love. You've got a life, use it to love. That's it, simple as. Life isn't any more complicated than that. You're here to show kindness, respect, graciousness, peace, kindness to other human beings and to the planet. It's Earth Day, or it was yesterday. And these two things, life and love, they flow through everything uninterrupted. Nothing stops them. Nothing stops love from loving. Nothing stops life from having its way. It's like the stream that turns into the river that goes into the ocean. Each way, that water, nothing stops it. You know, if it hits some rock, it just goes round it. That's what the Tao is like. The way, it's simple, it's straightforward. There appears to be this great divide in the duality of up and down and left and right and inside and outside. But love and life, they just ignore that duality. It's part of the oneness, isn't it? And entering that non-duality is the best way to live. That's what the Tao Te Ching explains to us. The way to live in non-duality. Unceaselessly, without dichotomy, the oneness has its way. Nothing can stop. Can't stop it from doing what it wants to do, love or life. And this great thing that the Tao never commands, controls, or takes possession. Doesn't need to. The life-giving spirit. Each step that we take within that life-giving spirit, it's not stopped. Greatness is achieved by the wise in realizing, like the sky is over everything, everything returns to its place. no domination is necessary. One of the great fights on the planet, other than for money, is for power, possession of land. There's a verse in the scriptures and it says, God sits in the heavens and he laughs. That's not what it's about. Where you draw the lines on the map doesn't really matter in the long-term scheme of things. Maybe for one lifetime or two, you might get a dynasty, you might get an ongoing monarchy, you might get something that lasts for a few hundred years. Even the Roman Empire only lasted for 600-700 years. And in the scheme of things, in a planet that is 3.4 billion years, or is it 3.5 billion years old, a few hundred years is neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the life that you've got and the love that you can share while you're here, while you're in this physical body. You can show kindness, respect, you can be decent. That outlasts all time. That's the thing that we take with us, love, beyond this life. It's the oneness. Love is who we are. I'm going to read my poem again, then I'm going to end the broadcast. Life and love are the constants of the universe. Like a river, they flow through all, uninterrupted in the duality. There appears to be a great divide, and yet, unceaselessly, without dichotomy, the oneness has its way. There is no fight, both left and right, up and down, in and out, rely on the great way. The Tao neither commands, controls, nor takes possession of the will of those who follow the life-giving spirit in each step they take. Greatness is achieved by the wise in realizing that like the sky is over everything, everything returns to its place. No domination is necessary for us to be. Namaste.